Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, October the 25th. It's 4:48 p.m. This video is considered my news, that's saima1shaikh's news or commentary video. It's the second video I'm making this afternoon. The first one I made, for some reason, did not get uploaded and saved. I guess it could be due to technical error, or the powers who maybe that are monitoring my activity on my laptop computer decided that video was not something they wanted to be made for public consumption. So anyhow, I'll make this brief further than the first one and continue sending my message out to the world for those who care to watch these videos. Anyhow, this this particular news and commentary video is about former Libyan leader Moammar Qaddafis' death. He was apparently captured and killed in his home country of Libya, in his hometown of Sirte, on October 20th, 2011, and today is October 25th, 5 days later. So according to some of the news I heard on the radio, watched on the internet, and read, Moammar Qaddafis' body is apparently buried in a desert now. It's secret, so his supporter will not make a shrine out of it, and the rebel interim government has taken over. I've already watched the new video that United States Vice President Hillary Clinton made about U.S. wanting to do or supporting investigation into the death of Moammar Qaddafi and the manner of his capture and killing. So it sounds kind of rather humane and democratic and really good. Having said all this, I'm still actually rather shocked by the video of Hillary Clinton I'd seen a few days ago, when initially the news of capture and death of Moammar Qaddafi was given to her in the White House, and she seemed kind of relieved and then laughed. I'm hoping those videos were not true. They were just doctored videos, because a lot of people like to, nowadays with the advance of technology, take images, old images of people, and then make mock fake videos, pretending that those were actual videotaping of that person. It's an illegal practice. When people get caught, they are actually sued and held liable for their criminal actions of impersonating or stealing someone's identity. Having said again this, coming back to Moammar Qaddafi, I would like to let the so-called rebel interim government and the Western leader who supported, and the grassroots youth and old people who supported the revolution know that they can give this interesting news about democracy to the so-called new democratic interim government, that democracy means that people who disagree with you have a right to exist and express their opinions, and also have a right to mourn their former leader. And if they choose to make a shrine out of their grave or tomb, fine, they should have that right. Just like those who choose not to make a shrine or visit his tomb because they don't like the guy, or they disagreed with him or hate him, that's fine. They have a right to express their hatred and stay away from his grave and not visit or offer a prayer for him. But those who choose to have a right to do that. So I guess the new democratic interim government cannot deny the Libyan people who are loyal or supportive to Moammar Qaddafi to have a proper Islamic burial, have a grave that's easily locatable, and visit so people can visit him and pay their respects. And if the new so-called democratic government fails to do that of Libya, what they're telling the rest of the world is that they're very arrogant, short-sighted, and blind, and self-centered, and they actually can see flaws in other people but not in themselves. And now that they have a little bit of power, interim power, that they think it's okay for them to rule in a manner that disrespect the feeling of a majority of their population. That's the people who were okay with Moammar Qaddafis and his rule. And also the so-called new interim Muslim government is disrespecting the right of Moammar Qaddafis survivors and his family of offering a proper burial to their relatives or their father and or their son, and allowing the people rest of the country to show their appropriate respect to him if they choose to. Anyhow, that is some food for thought for the Libyan, Muslim, Middle Eastern interim leaders, and also for the European and Western and Asian, young and old, revolutionary powers that supported this revolution in Libya and this bloodshed. That true democracy does not mean that you people having the power and then telling other people what to do. I mean, if that means violent and hateful things. That's all I need to say from this one. And, or actually, as an afterthought, I did view some of the pictures of some of Moammar Qaddafis' homes as displayed for people, and the rubble of the destroyed building where he was apparently hiding in the last 2 weeks or so of his persecution and running away from the rebels. So I guess that destroyed building can provide new construction jobs for the architects and the engineers, and the lowly, of course, construction worker in Libya. So that's immediate employment for them after the revolution of 5 days ago. And as far as the photos of some of Moammar Qaddafis' home, so what? Big deal. A lot of people have homes, and they don't even have to be so-called former leaders or dictators of a country. They can be singers, actors, businessmen, public servant workers, middle-class people, or even lower middle-class people. So I'm not sure what's the point that the guy who ruled the country for 42 years actually had a house that he could live, or more than one house where him and his family could live. Amazing. Anyhow, that's all I have to say about this boring fiasco of a so-called revolution that ended in bloodshed. Unnecessary one, in my opinion. But then again, I guess old habits are hard to die, as much as the so-called Middle Eastern people like to pretend that they're just like the West when they want the so-called human rights and liberties that so-called the Western people enjoy. When push comes to shove, when they get a little bit of their own way, they like to let everybody else know how different they are and how passionate they are with their emotions and their hatreds and their likes and their dislikes. So they're just ready to kill and beat anybody that they don't like, even if that happens to be the man who served their country for about 42 years. After all, Moammar Gaddafi, or Colonel Moammar Qaddafi, could have done better things than actually ruling his country as a dictator. I mean, he could have become a movie star like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Ronald McDonald, or he could have become a singer. Are there any top female singers left in the West nowadays, or is it something now dominated, or is this industry now dominated by females? Or he could have become actually an actor on, what is that little Mosque on the Prairie? That's being created in Canada to make fun of Christians and Muslims and all the stupidities they go through. Yeah, he could have become an actor. He could have even had a job in exile in Canada. Chuck is really disappointed. The rebel captured him and killed him and took away all the opportunities that Moammar Qaddafi could have had after finishing his stint as the leader of that country. What a shame. What a shame. I would have enjoyed watching Moammar Qaddafis acting. Who knows, maybe he had hidden dancing and singing talent, which the rest of us can never discover in this Western democratic world. And it's a shame that the Libyan interim government, the new Democrat, would not give him that democratic opportunity to explore his right to do that. And they just had to kill the guy once they thought he had outlived his usefulness for them. Anyhow, that's all.